Are you bored of waiting around and doing nothing just like we are? Well, join Ski Club because one day we'll actually get some snow on the ground and start skiing.
Club is a place where people who like movies and want to discuss movies can watch and discuss with other people with the same interests. We meet in Yelcom 205 at 5 p.m.
I agree. I think it's absolutely kind of ridiculous, only because those are essential products that we kind of needed to survive.
I was thinking about, a lot of...
Do you play an instrument? Want to jam with fellow musicians? Join the Plattsburgh State Jazz Ensemble. Whether you're into swing, Latin, or funk, the Jazz Ensemble is a fun way to sharpen your skills, meet new friends, and make great music. To sign up, enroll in MUS 394, either for credit or as an audit. Practices are every Tuesday night from 6 to 8 in Myers 300. Find your rhythm. Join the Jazz Ensemble.
I am responsible for over 163 abductions, including Lucky Lindy and Patty Hearst. I have scammed Wall Street over 40 times since 1983, stealing upwards of $2 billion. I've evaded authorities countless times in every country I've sought refuge. And I'm still on the run.
Miss Fabian, how does it feel to be captured after 35 years
Fabian,
on
let's
the run?
go.
PSTV.
Why'd you do
Always
it?
surprising.
Meet the Plattsburgh State Cardinals Cheer Squad. Our cheer team is a motivated group of athletes striving for growth at every turn. Cheerleading is much more than just a performance. It's about working as a unit to lift each other up. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Our team is dedicated to building your skills in strength, confidence, and teamwork. So the real question is, are you ready to cheer? Let's go, Cardinals!
My name is DeAndre, and I do triple jump.
Yeah, I'm Tegan Jump. I am a student athlete on the women's track and field team, and I'm a thrower.
Andrew Krug, associate head track and field coach, assistant cross country coach.
The one thing that's important to me about track and my personal growth is getting better as an athlete and as a person. Because not everybody is perfect, and you just have to work your way up, and then you become the person that you want to be.
We're looking for that discipline and the commitment to everyday training and being there and working to get better. And that will translate well into their lives with schoolwork and eventually careers. So
It's a lot of time management skills. It's a lot of early mornings and late afternoons. But it's fantastic, and I get to practice with a bunch of cool people.
Don't worry, Plattsburgh State Television will always be prepared to serve you quality content.
Do you not know what to cook in the morning? Are you confused about food? Do you eat the same thing every day? Well, now you don't have to. Don't be like that guy. Come on down to the Cooking Club. Cooking Club is the place to learn how to make great food and connect with great people. Look how good that looks. Meetings are every Tuesday at 6 p.m. in Kent. Join the Cooking Club today.
Oh, hello there. Didn't see you there. But while you're here, have you been immensely bored rotting away in your dorm rooms? Are you looking for anything to do on SUNY Plattsburgh's campus and be a part of the community? Well, I think I found the perfect thing for you. Delta Sigma Phi. Delta Sigma Phi has been a part of campus for going on 11 years now. We've had some pretty rich history, if I may say so myself. We've hosted community service events, philanthropy events, other events on campus involving the community, as well as events with those sororities and fraternities. As a whole, it's been a very rewarding and fun time. As a part of any fraternity, brotherhood's a key aspect. And here at Delta Sigma Phi, you're not going to find another brotherhood that's more tightly bonded or closely connected as we are.
Strong, unified, powerful. A brotherhood built to shape tomorrow together.
Marksmanship club? Are you interested in the marksmanship club? I'm the coach. The club is free to join, provides all equipment, and no experience is required. You'll get a chance to shoot both .22 and air rifle and learn valuable lessons about gun safety. Whether you're interested in shooting competitions against other colleges as part of our team or just on occasion for the fun of it, we would love to have you.
And where can I find more information?
On the club sports recreation page for SUNY Plattsburgh or right here.
What are you pointing to?
Greetings! I'm John Plattsburgh here to tell you about something pretty damn cool. You could be playing awesome games with Cardinal Tabletop Guild, otherwise known as CTG. CTG holds events where anyone can come in and play games from the club's large variety of card games, board games, and role-playing games. When do they hold these events, you ask? 3 times per week. Yes, you heard that right. 3 times per week. Wednesday nights, Thursday nights, and Saturday afternoons. Learn more on Cardinal Link. Be cool like me. Play games with CTG.
Here at PSTV, we cover a lot of hockey. It's starting to show.
Yo, Manny!
Jack, what's up? How's you guys going?
Yeah, see the camera, man.
No problem. Here you go.
Whoa. I had that reserved. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. Are you kidding me? Hey, 2 minutes for fighting. What are you in for?
Fighting.
Yep. Instigating. Happens.
Her Campus is a national organization. We are an online magazine and our main target audience is actually college women. Our club writes weekly articles and they're put out on the Her Campus website. We do campus-wide events and we just really have a lot of hands-on learning opportunities for the school. I'm really passionate about it because I think Her Campus is great and it highlights the hard work that women do.
Spicy was created in order to give us Caribbeans a way of expressing ourselves. In the Caribbean, there's multiple ways of showcasing talent, and dancing is one of them.
We have a bunch of different ethnicities and everything in here, so it's a Caribbean dance team, so we definitely are inspired by the Caribbean dance hall and stuff like that, and all different types of Caribbean dancers.
We go out together. Like, even if we're going on a party, they play our song, we'll do it together. Like, but we do like a lot of fun stuff together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Outside of Spicy. And it's just really like us, like we are like a family, like it is.
There's so many different personalities on the team.
Giving very much family.
Vibrant. Joking, like we joke a lot.
Spicy will accept you, and it's just a great team. So if you're looking to join, then yeah.
There's a lot that makes SUNY Plattsburgh special. I would say one of the first things is diversity. I've been able to immerse myself in so many different cultures. I have friends from like so many different countries, and it's been really cool to learn about them and their stories. I also just think what's so special is how motivated all the students are.
I found that even though we're all so different, I feel like there's a very welcoming community here, and I feel like even though there's people of so many differences, I think that we can all connect on the same topics of the fact that we are together.
I'm at the library a lot, so I love the Feinberg Library. It's a nice little zen place, but once I'm done with my work, I'll usually go up to where Tim Hortons is and go hang out.
The Hub is a room in the Angel College Center, which is the student center for SUNY Plattsburgh, which stands for Honoring, Uniting, and Building. And it's a place where students of marginalized populations, minority groups, and anyone in general just can come in and enjoy, talk. There's a bunch of chairs and sometimes there's snacks. That's where the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion is housed, so you can always reach out to people from there in that office, and they always have events going on.
I would say student life at SUNY Plattsburgh is a lot different than other schools in the sense that we have a lot of those opportunities and we have a lot of different clubs and interests for other people.
If you want community, if you want connection, there's ample opportunity. I am particularly part of the biking club because I love being in nature and I love biking around. So there's a club called Biketopia, which I'm a part of. I'm a part of the cooking club, then there's a knitting club.
I think you should go to the involvement fair the first week in the school and just any activity on campus that interests you. You could always get a roommate or a group of friends to go and even just check it out. No one's gonna get mad if you don't come back, but doing the things that you wouldn't push yourself to do to begin with is how you're gonna get involved. That's what I did, and that's how I got this involved, is pushing myself out of my comfort zone.
Flyers, you see people tabling, like I said, and it's very fun to see all the cool things that are happening on campus in there. We have club, intramural sports, or Division III sports. We have 18 teams, so it's very nice. You can go watch, or you could do club and organization events. We have cultural clubs, religion clubs, art, music, theater. We have major-based clubs, so like accounting, anything like that. They hold events all the time. You can easily join anything.
For a lot of students, we recognize that it's their first time away from homes. So for them to feel comfortable and find their crowd, find something that gives them comfort and does not allow them to feel, it's fine to be introverted and it's great to have your own space, which is also like we have nature around and things like that.
The Student Association is a student government. It's, we're a bunch of students. There's, I think, 32 of us altogether with senators and exec. We represent the students. We talk to the students, see what they need. One of my favorite things is the sporting events. I'm a really big basketball fan. And so I really like anytime there's a home game, I'm always there. I go with my friends and it's just really fun because a lot of students do come. And another big one is hockey games. That one's definitely the most attended, I would say.
And when you go uptown, which is very close, there's a bunch of more chain-like places generally up there that you can go to your heart's content, whatever you're looking for. I'm sure no matter where you're from, you've heard of them. And it's lovely. But when you go downtown, which is actually arguably closer, although they're very similar, it's a lot more local places, mom and pop shops and local restaurants, and a bit more of a city or homely kind of place. And you can spend a day just kind of walking downtown, taking in the sights, going to the shops, going to the monuments, sitting by the Saranac. It's a lot of fun. I think having a car on campus is a great idea, so you don't have to use the shuttle, even though it is a great option for those that can have a car on campus. The shuttle system's great, but if you just find yourself on a weekend bored and you say, hey, I want to go to Montreal.
I ended up getting really good roommates, and eventually I found a good group of guys that I went into a suite in for my junior year. And you know what? It's been an amazing experience. I gotta recommend the suite life to people.
Housing offers events all the time, like bingos and trivia nights. Chartwell's holds events every single day, basically. You see something new in the dining area, so there's something to do basically every day.
My advice is that get as involved as you can, and you're gonna learn a lot of skills within your major as you go through school. However, the skills that you can learn in leadership positions, in serving your community, in learning about different educational outcomes will turn you into a different person and can transform you. And so it's funny how quickly people will respond back to you because it's really just taking that first initiative.
So one piece of best advice I can give is definitely coming out and just coming out of your comfort zone, getting to know more people around here, attending campus events, and
broadcast journalism and TV and video production. I actually transferred to SUNY Plattsburgh. I knew I wanted to do broadcast journalism, so obviously I was looking for schools that had broadcast journalism. And I did the semester at Oswego, and I was like, oh, this is not what I want to do. Like, when I found SUNY Plattsburgh, I knew a few people that went here, which was great. And it just seemed to be my type of vibe. I checked it out online, and I just applied. I didn't even come in person.
My name is Brandon Brathwaite. I'm a junior here at SUNY Plattsburgh. I'm from Calvert Memorial High School, and my major is Business Administration and Ministry of Information Systems. I chose SUNY Plattsburgh because it's a different environment. I'm from Long Island, so it's not like anything close to it. Everything's like clustered over there. There's a lot of things spread out. Everything's in a walking distance.
The University Police Department, it's a law enforcement agency that's on the Plattsburgh State campus. Our goal here is to patrol the campus and keep the campus community, students, faculty, keep everyone safe. We're a 24/7 police department, and we just want to create a better experience here for you guys. We have a lot of community policing programs. We create a lot of events for our community and for our students. We have bike patrol units. We have the K-9 program. We have a lot of students that take up the internship opportunity, as well as the student ambassador program that provides students the ability to get an escort home. I definitely think Plattsburgh is a safe community. That's something that we kind of strive ourselves and promote. We have a very quick response time. If there's something that did happen, I would say our response time is less than a minute, and we're able to get help for you.
Yes, I definitely do feel safe on campus. I feel like nothing really happens in Plattsburgh. Like nothing really scary happens, especially like when you're coming from somewhere where it's like a little more crime ridden, like the city. Like it's a very different change of scenery.
My name is Zoe Rice, and I'm from Leicester, Massachusetts. I chose SUNY Plattsburgh because I was recruited here for soccer. So during the recruiting process, I came for a visit, and it was a lot different than where I'm from, which is exactly what I wanted. And so when I came here, I was looking for a school with broadcast journalism, and SUNY Plattsburgh was the only one with that.
Well, I wanted to stay in my hometown. I wanted to be able to help give back to my community. And so that kind of left a few options for me to choose from. And of those all, SUNY Plattsburgh kind of spoke out the most to me, not just because of how close it is to where I currently live, but also because of the various opportunities it offered in terms of the human services courses and majors I could take.
My name is Benjamin Sapulo. I am a music and music arts management major. I graduated from Newark Senior High School, and I transferred from Finger Lakes Community College. So I chose SUNY Plattsburgh for a couple different reasons. My main
but the underdog Cardinals jumped all over them. Yeah. At some point, on the blue line, shovels ahead to kill can on ahead. Over the line, Leonard is shot. No play, 1-0. There's Kemp. Kemp throws it in front. Coletta.
State University of New York Athletic Conference Women's Ice Hockey Contest. We're visiting Cortland Red Dragons and your Plattsburgh State Cardinals. And now, let's meet tonight's starting lineup, sponsored by...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Ronald B. Stafford Ice Arena, where we are getting ready to watch your SUNY Plattsburgh Cardinals face off against the Cortland Red Dragons. Set up to be an exciting one here, as these two teams are currently leading the SUNYAC with 10-1 and 1 record. and a 8-2-2 record respectively. Sorry, I have to look at my notes for that one. Well, we're getting into the final dog days of the season here. These are the last 2 regular season games for the Cardinals as we get ready to head into the playoffs. And the Cardinals are currently leading the SUNYAC, as I mentioned before, with a total of 21 points. Cortland trailing currently with 18 points. Starting goalies for tonight are going to be, I believe, Chloe Lewis and Eileen Gilud for Cortland. And it's definitely set up to be an exciting one here, wouldn't you say, Vinny?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, both of these teams are just absolute powerhouses, both getting ready for the playoffs. It's at the end of the season for both of them. And I think Cortland's probably going to try to go over Plattsburgh here in terms of standings, but Plattsburgh's going to look to hold their position.
Definitely, and even if they get the win on this one, I believe they'll still be behind by 1 if they get the 2 points in the victory here. We will see. Cardinals are going to be looking to keep themselves in a place here, and we are actually both teams currently on a win streak. We have Cortland on a 13-game win streak and the Cardinals on a 7-game one, so those are 2 respectable heaters to have going, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and I mean, either way this game ends is going to be an end of a pretty long win streak, so someone's going to be going home pretty upset tonight.
I don't think either of these teams will be too distraught regardless of the final conclusion, because both these teams are well into playoff territory here in terms of the SUNYAC standings. And we'll go through the SUNYAC standings here while we are having our starting lineups announced on ice right now. We have Plattsburgh currently leading the conference with 21 points. Cortland trailing by 3 at 18. William Smith is in third with 16. Oswego with 14 and Canton with 11. The final 3 there are Buffalo State, Potsdam, and Morrisville. Buffalo State and Potsdam both have 9, and Morrisville with 2 points on the season. 1-11-0 in the conference for Morrisville. Yikes.
Well, it's definitely a long way from Plattsburgh and Morrisville in terms of the standings.
Absolutely. We've seen a very dominant season from the Cardinals so far, and they're definitely going to be hoping to keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we get into the final games of this season. Failed to mention this before, I'm your color commentator, Christopher Gerasi. Excuse me, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Christopher Gerasi, joined by color commentator Vinny Ferrara. We're here commentating for you for Plattsburgh State Television at the Ronald B. Stafford Ice Arena. We're very happy to be broadcasting here and broadcasting to Bergie's Den and One Up Arcade. So if you're watching from there, hello, good evening. We hope you enjoy tonight's game. In other news, we'll go over before we get our replays beginning here as we're doing I believe the ceremonial puck drop. Women's Olympic hockey for the United States turning out gold. We had a 2-1 overtime winner against Team Canada. How about that? Go USA.
Yeah, pretty great game there. I'm sad I missed the overtime goal. I told you a little bit before. I was watching in between doing a little work, and I unfortunately did miss it, but it was a great moment to watch them all, happy after the game, and it's great for them to bring back gold here. I hope the men's team can do it too for us.
Absolutely, definitely getting set up to excited. I believe that's next Saturday?
Sunday.
Sunday,
yeah.
Definitely going to be an exciting game there. Going to be U.S. and Canada once again, I believe, won't it?
Yeah.
Fans, stay with us at center ice for tonight's ceremony.
In terms of other Olympic news, Plattsburgh alumni scored a goal in the Olympics for Team Denmark. I believe Nick Jensen.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but when I heard that, I sprang out of my chair. I was like, there's no way. Straight from Plattsburgh, and it was crazy they mentioned that, too.
It was a mind-blowing goal, nonetheless, scored from, I believe half ice is around where he shot it from. Caught an odd bounce and it beat Swayman in between the pipes for Team USA. We have both teams here just going through the ceremonial puck drop. That's center Ella Facette for the Cardinals. And that was Morgan Raymond for Cortland. Well, folks, we are about to begin the national anthem here in a few. We'll join you in just a minute for tonight's game.
With our national anthem, sung this evening by the Plattsburgh State Gospel Choir. East Coast Federal Credit Union is the officials and body sponsor.
You know, I have to say, I am a pretty big fan of the rendition of the national anthem we have here at the Ronnie B, sung by the Plattsburgh State Gospel Choir. I will say it is fun to watch visiting teams because, you know, you do the stick tap at the end of the anthem, and it has one of the longest braves at the end of the anthem. So you see many teams go to tap the stick, and then we gotta wait a second.
Yeah, just a little
wait
too
a little
early.
longer. Well, we are getting ready for puck drop here. Both teams doing their huddles on the half wall, getting ready. And who are we looking for to make some noise here in tonight's game?
Well, I think one of the biggest players I'm looking for tonight is number 22, Emily Kasperzak, who is the Cardinal Spotlight of the week. She has 20 points in 23 games, and she's probably looking to keep going here, you know, keep carrying her team, especially to finish out the season strong here against a good Cortland team.
Absolutely. That's 15 helpers and 5 goals for number 22, Emily Kasperzak, out of Niagara Falls, New York. Definitely an impressive showing this season for her. And this game begins. Balfour on the near side. Sends this one up, and that's stopped by Jalud. Jalud, the goalie for Cortland tonight, out of Nassau, France. So, how about that one?
Yeah, coming a long way.
Long way to Plattsburgh, New York from France. Riley Keller will dump this one in, and the Cardinals will take an early line change here, just 30 seconds into the first. This one gets sent down for icing. And I believe that may have been a missed call by the officials, as this face-off will be taken at center ice.
Yeah, it sounded like a few of the fans, or maybe it was the team, sounded pretty upset down there.
Definitely heard some discourse there. Kasperzak and Cook on the face-off. This one comes up in the hands of Kasperzak. Sends it over for Yu. Yu opts to dump this one down, and that will be icing. I believe she was looking for McKellar at that one.
Correct call this time by the ref.
Tonight's officials, in terms of our referees, we have Ryan St. Louis and Jeffrey Ulmer. Your lines persons are John Foster and Nathan Brimmer. Face-off in Cardinal territory. You briefly coming out on top. That was a shot there by number 8, Grace Caracas. This one being fought for in the far side corner. And this one comes out in the hands of the Cardinals. Sent down to neutral ice. Nearly a breakaway there for McKellar, but taken off the stick of a Cortland skater. This one finds Francis in the neutral zone. Francis chips this one in, but it's overturned. Winsky with it now. Rushing ahead is McLean. McLean, former... Looking for Morris on that one. Balfour retrieving now. Cardinals end. That's overturned. It's Kylie Nolan with it. Kylie Nolan sends in, and that's turned over by Balfour. Shot there by Annaborn. That one goes wide. Now in the hands of Ella Facette. Turns it back for Smith. Facette opts to wrap this one around. Faith Steiner goes chasing after it. Wrapped around behind the Cortland net once again. And we're going to get a penalty here, I believe. That's going to be tripping.
I'm not sure which I didn't catch what team it was on there.
That one's going to be on the Cardinals, I believe, as Piper Smith goes to the box, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that'll be 2 minutes for tripping on Piper Smith, and Cortland will see their first power play of tonight's game.
Yeah, it's not really what you want to see so early on here, but hopefully the penalty killers can get their job done, keep Plattsburgh in the game this early on.
Hopefully we have Katie Mahoney on the face-off with Molly Ridgey. Sent back for Fanny Annaborn. Annaborn over to Mahoney. Shot sent in, looking for a deflection. Was Cook, no dice on that one.
Thought that went in.
Very nearly. Mahoney once again. Shot from the face-off circle. That goes off the shin pad of Molly Ridgey. This one now bouncing around in the near side corner. This chipped out, and this finds Fanny Anneborn once again. Pass to the slot, looking for Cook. No dice on that one as she's knocked off the puck by Forsyth. This one sent around ice. Cook finds it behind the net. Shot there by Bertrand. That's blocked up in traffic. Molly Ridgey able to chip this one out for the Cardinals as they get a desperate line change here. Just 1 minute remaining on this Cortland power play. And 16 remaining in the first.
That was a great shift by Ridgey. Good block and a good clear.
Coming up ice now is Genevieve Sabroka. This one sent around and no one's there to retrieve. Gillian Dinsmore chasing after it. She'll retrieve behind Cortland's net. On the left side, Genevieve Sabroka once again. Left that one for Gillian Dinsmore. Dinsmore. Sent over for Kopak. Kopak approaching the slot. Leaves it for Sabroka. Back to Kopak. Oh! No dice on that one. Pass was just out of reach. Had a decent look on it. Attempted shot there by Persinger after a battle in front of the net. No good opportunities here. Katie Diem. And this one finds the stick of a Cardinal skater before being turned over. Now we'll get icing as Dinsmore chases after that one.
A lot of great defensive positioning there on that penalty kill. A lot of good blocks and a lot of passing lanes and not too many clears, but I don't really think they needed them. They look pretty controlled there.
Some brief opportunities, but no officially called shots on goal for Cortland. Shots on goal currently sitting at 1-0 in favor of Plattsburgh.
Wow, no shot.
Suan Cho was briefly tripped up on that one, but comes out on top. This one turned over. Now it's Kaylin Bertrand coming out with it. Bertrand looking for Nolan in the slot there. No dice on that one. This one gets sent out to neutral ice and slides down to Cortland's end, and we'll get icing once more. Well, Cardinals' penalty has concluded, but we have seen most of the gas in this game coming from Cortland's end, wouldn't you say, Vinny?
Yeah, I would agree. It looks like Plattsburgh's trying to play like a dump and chase kind of game here. Cortland's a little more aggressive in the offensive zone. But Plattsburgh, they have their moments like this.
Cardinal star Emily Kasperzak sends it over for Bailey McKellar. Cardinals once again losing it in the offensive zone. This one sent down, and we'll get icing once more.
Is that the fourth icing?
I was about to say that is the fourth or fifth icing we've seen so far. 5 minutes into this, or 6 minutes into this first period. Definitely a little early to be getting into dump and chase, but we'll see how each team responds. Molly Ridgey on the face-off with Katie Mahoney. This one comes up in the hands of McConey, who sends it over for Bertrand. Stick check there by Forsyth keeps this one in. This one bouncing around, finding Forsyth in the slot, but that is turned over off the stick of Katie Diem. Diem sending it over for Delacourt. Ridgey able to break that one up, send it back into Cortland's end. Sent over for Owinski. That's clipped from the neutral zone back into Cortland territory once again. Cortland opting to send this one down, and we'll get icing once again.
Yeah, and I think both teams are just trying to play kind of conservatively here, not give anyone too many chances or anything.
We saw some good action from Cortland on the power play. Could be either of these teams waiting for a 5-on-4 to get any options going. That was a slap shot from Suan Cho at the blue line there. sent wide, and this one's turned over to Cortland once again. Francis keeping this one in for the Cardinals. Pass to the slide. That's broken up. I believe that was broken up by Kira Cook. Brief sword fight for it here in the Zamboni corner. Suan Cho, Kira Cook involved in the mix. Definitely some other players. I believe Tessa Morris is involved. This scrum's still going as it finds Tessa Morris in the face-off circle. That's turned over, now in the hands of Genevieve Sabroka. Turned over once again. Forsyth with it now, across the blue line. Forsyth down for you. You with the blue line. Tried to send one in, maybe looking for a deflection there, but it's broken up by some defensive sticks. Brief collision there amongst the Cardinals. That was Facette and Smith. Oh. Shot sent in there by Piper Smith. No dice on that one. This puck's bouncing around behind Cortland's net. Eventually finds McLean, former Cardinal. Sassy sends it over for Kayla Persinger. You from the blue line, shot, and that one bounces around behind the Cardinal net. Facette with it now. Sends it over for Ferris. Facette once again. That's turned over. This one chipped out by number 28, Emma McLean. And will get an offsides. As both teams take a line change here. Could have been a missed call. This face-off.
Again at center, yeah.
Brief correction. Not a missed call. Offsides. This one near side now. Kasperzak wins on that face-off. Sends it over for Ferris. Retrieving is Dinsmore. No one able to get solid wood on it here as Dinsmore eventually retrieves, and this one's sent way down to the Cardinals' end. No icing on this one.
Surprised.
As Haley Hunter retrieves. Another brief spill there between Hunter and Ferris. This one being fought for along the boards of the near side corner. Terry gets it over for McKellar. McKellar will lug this one across the blue line. Looking for options, but the Cardinals have taken a line change here. She won't find anybody on that one. Brooke Terry banking this one down, eventually turned over to Molly Ridgey. This one is sent down, and I believe we'll get icing once again.
Yep. Pretty even play so far. It looks like everybody's kind of having a hard time getting it on net. I mean, even the shots on goal kind of speak for that. 2-0 shots on goal in favor of the Cardinals, but still, I mean, that's very low, I think, for this point in the period.
And for two teams as dominant as this, definitely light on the action so far, with just 10 minutes, 28 seconds remaining here in the first. Ridgey wins this face-off. Suan Cho now. Oh, Cho. Attempting to bank that one off the boards. Hits her teammate with the puck, and we'll get a brief stoppage, and we'll do this one again. Mahoney and Conlon. That one streaked across an open goal. And eventually it finds Francis in the neutral zone. Francis sends this one across the blue line. Cortland now with possession in the Cardinal zone. This one sent in and retrieved by the Cardinals. Forsyth chasing after it now. Brief scuffle here near side. Puck sent out. This one finally in the hands of Keelan Bertrand. So it's Carlin Bertrand. Turned over, and Conlon has it now. Conlon over for Morris. Morris sending this one in. That's kicked away by Jalud. Ella Owinski sends this one into the Cardinals' end. Shot on goal there. No dice on that one as it's kicked away by Maddie Stetson.
First shot for Cortland there, I think, yeah.
So, shot there. That's punched away by the glove of Jalud. We're starting to see both teams heating up here in the shots on goal department. Balfour attempts to keep that one in, but it's sent down to Cardinal territory. Suhan Cho sends it for Smith. Smith passes over for Steiner. And this one's turned over in Cortland's end. Now in the hands of Sophie Hart. Sophie Hart, that one hits the referee. Able to stay in Plattsburgh's end here. Forsyth able to get a tap on it. Wraps this one around, and it will cross the blue line. Cortland's going to have to regroup. This one dumped in the Cardinal zone once again. As Cortland takes another line change. You with it now. Passed over for Smith. Smith sent in. That's Kasperzak chasing after it. Kasperzak pass back to McKellar. McKellar coming out with it by the Zamboni corner. Left for Terry. Terry able to get it over to Kasperzak. And Kasperzak puck knock off her stick at the blue line, and the Cardinals will regroup once again. Balfour over for Ferris. Ferris in for Kasperzak. Kasperzak skating around a defender here. She's got a look. Shot. That one off the pads. Brief deflection keeps this one in Cortland's end. Kasperzak sends that one in, looking for a mark in the slot there. No one there to retrieve, though. View across the blue line. Now by the near side, face-off corner. Shot. And that one comes off the blocker. Kept in by Balfour. Balfour sent over for Puck. Shot from Zoe Puck. That one off the blocker as well. Cortland's turn now as Katie Mahoney comes out with it. Across the blue line, shot from the slot, and that is gloved by Maddie Stetson. And we'll get our first stoppage in a while here. Just 6 minutes, 43 seconds remaining here in the first. Definitely starting to see both teams heat up after a uneventful first half.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know, maybe it was the snow outside, but both these teams are now starting to kind of heat up. Plattsburgh's looking a little more aggressive, but Cortland here is really doing a good job defensively too, able to keep it away from Plattsburgh.
You sent around for Zoe Puck. This one eventually retrieved by Keller. Puck sending in for Ridgie. Scrum here behind Cortland's net. And Persinger comes out on top. This one sent over, broken up by Suan Cho. We'll get icing once more as that one is chipped from the neutral zone. Just 6 minutes remaining here in the first.
Still a pretty shockingly low shots on goal amount here. 5-2.
Ferris at center ice attempted to dump that one into Cortland's end, but that's broken up. Now Katie Mahoney takes it across the Cardinals' blue line. Shot there. Took a deflection off of Forsyth. No dice on that one, though. Riley Keller, shot from the near blue line. That one goes wide. It's now in the hands of Francis. Francis over Cortland's blue line. Sent in for Morris. Morris looking for options, finds Conlon. Conlon skating around. She's got a look. Shot, and there it is! Cardinals score with 5:15 remaining in the first as Kate Conlon goes top shelf on Eileen Gilud.
Wow, incredible goal by Conlon there. I believe that went around the world in the net there. and really good moves before that too by her, just to get around all the defensemen. Insane. Hopefully that goal is gonna spark maybe both of these teams here. Maybe the game's gonna heat up a lot in these last 5 minutes of the first period.
Definitely an impressive shot there. Went top shelf on after just being able to squeeze through some tight defense. Tied up on the face-off. This one comes up in the hands of Cortland. Delacourt sends it over, and this is being fought for by Balfour and McLean. Eventually comes up in the hands of Carlin Bertrand, and this one's sent down to the Cardinals' end. Retrieved by Facette and overturned to Cortland. Morgan Raymond with it now. Sent in for Sabroka. McLean fighting for it now. Facette comes out on top with this one. Sabroka once again. Broken up in the middle. Here's Emma McLean, former Cardinal. Backhanded pass there to Anna Bourne. Shot there by Sabroka, but that is gloved and stopped by Maddie Stetson. Just 4:14 remaining here in the first period. Shots on goal currently 6-on-3 in favor of the Cardinals, and we got a 1-0 game following a goal scored by Kate Conlon, number 19.
Kind of expecting Cortland to heat up here, looking for a response in these last 5 minutes. Oh, maybe not.
This one chipped from the neutral zone. Eventually finds Forsyth. Forsyth over to McKellar. No dice on that one as that's caught by Persinger and sent back into the Cardinal zone. Hugh over for Terry. Kasperzak fighting to get this one across the Cortland blue line. No luck as Cardinals regroup, and Terry gets it across now. McKellar's got a look. Shot there. That one skates under the pads, but no dice. Slap shot from you, and that is gloved by Jalud. A bit of offensive pressure there from the Cardinals, and we're seeing them get into a bit of trench warfare here. Lots of fighting along the boards and lots of hard pushes to get past defenders, I'm noticing.
Yeah, and I think that kind of speaks for itself with the shots on goal. There's a lot of battles going on in the neutral zone where it's not really so much in either offensive zone.
Keller at the Zamboni corner. Keller passes out for Ferris. Ferris. Shot there, and that one's off of traffic as Taya Balfour chases after it. Taya Balfour, one of the alternate captains of this Cardinals team. Molly Ridgey, the other alternate captain, briefly had a stick on it there. No luck for that one as it's sent up by Puck.
Good wheels.
Covered up by Jalute.
Good wheels by Ridgey there to be both defensemen to the puck going around the net over there.
Absolutely, that was some very quick skating indeed.
Looks like Plattsburgh's trying to make this a 2-goal lead here going into the second with how much pressure they've been applying in the offensive zone right now.
Oh, Show tried to send over for you, but this is a breakaway here. Breakaway opportunity. No dice on that one as it's gloved by Maddie Stetson following a breakaway by Drew Kopak.
Great save by Stetson. It looked like she got a little bit of that with her pad and then gloved it up just to keep it covered. It was good.
Definitely a good opportunity there from Cortland to tie this one up, but no cigar on that one. Ferris lugs this one over the blue line across the near side. Opts to dump it in, and it's retrieved by Terry. Terry finding Francis. Now for Conlon. Conlon taken into the boards hard. That's going to be a penalty on number 11, Kira Cook, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Likely boarding or interference. We'll see the referee's sign.
Conlon looked like she's having a little bit of trouble. She had a little trouble getting up, but now she looks fine, actually. She's just checking her gloves.
Well, it'll be the first Cardinals power play of the night. We'll see if they can tack one on put this game into 2-0 territory.
Cortland penalty number 11, Kira Cook. 2 minutes for body checking.
Body checking, the official penalty here.
17 minutes, 38.
Kasper Zach sends over
2 minutes for body checking.
You, slap shot from the blue line. That's caught up in traffic. Shot there by Kasper Zach. No dice on that one. Sent in by Puck, looking for a deflection. Kasper Zach now behind Cortland's net. Shot there by McKellar, and that is gloved by Giroud. Already some intense action here from the Cardinals. Just 30 seconds or so into their power play.
I want to point out how crucial Seong Yu is on this power play line. Just sending shots straight at the goalie, hoping to get a deflection or maybe even a tap in. Always sending shots on net.
She has been very good this season with those clappers from the blue line. Zoe Puck sends it over for McKellar, who takes it in across the blue line. McKellar back for Puck, over to Yu. Yu now for Kasper Zach. Kasper Zach looking for options in the slot. That one comes off of defenders. Puck by the far side faceoff circle. That one's sent in, looking for a deflection, and it's stopped up in the pads of Aline Giroud.
A little push and shove in there at the end. Good pressure by them on this power play here. Just kind of hard to get it through this Cortland traffic. They're doing a pretty good job blocking all the lanes that Plattsburgh has to pass the puck to each other.
This one's sent down ice by Cortland's Ella Owinski. Forsyth and Balfour retrieve for this Cardinals team. Balfour sending across for Ridgie here. Riggie's got an option. Look, shot, and that one sails wide, and it's retrieved by Balfour. Close attempt there by Molly Ridgie, as there's a scrum behind the net for this one now. Ridgie sends over for Ferris, I believe. Excuse me, that was Forsyth. Forsyth shot. No dice on that one. Brooke Terry sends over for Balfour. Balfour for Forsyth. Forsyth shot, looking for a deflection. Nothing on that one. Balfour sends it, looking for Ridgie, but this one's held against the boards here behind the Cortland net once again. Persinger and Cook both in this scrum.
They might just, all right.
This one sent out, finds Forsyth. Forsyth shot, that comes off the skate of a defender. Balfour at the blue line, and that concludes this first period. 1-0 currently for the Cardinals. Shots on goal currently 10-4 in favor of the Cardinals. Definitely one of the slower games we've seen so far, but I think that can sometimes be expected when two of the top teams are set to face off against each other.
Yeah, it's definitely been a pretty even tilt so far. It's been a pretty even tilt so far here by both teams, but Plattsburgh definitely being more dominant in the latter half, scoring their first goal to put them up 1-0. And they also have 6 more shots on goal than Cortland does at 10-4 in favor of
Absolutely.
Plattsburgh.
And what a goal from Kate Conlon there. Went top shelf, just a couple, probably about a foot or two away from the goaltender. And it's not an easy shot to make, especially when I believe there was 2 defenders on her.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Really great look there by Conlon.
Yeah, number 19, Kate Conlon, the sophomore out of New Hudson, Michigan. As we saw before, and we're going to go down to the sidelines now with an interview with Kate Conlon, and hope you enjoy. We'll be back in just a minute.
I'm here with number 19 sophomore Kate Conlon. She scored here in the first period to put the Cardinals up 1-0. Walk us through that goal, Kate.
Yeah, Sid worked really hard to get the puck deep, then Tessa saw me up top, got the puck to me, and we were able to put it in the back of the net. Just a lot of hard work.
Very nice, very nice. Now walk us through what is the momentum going to shift like in the second period?
I feel like we're playing pretty well, strong, working really hard, so I think it's looking good for us.
Thank you, Kate. That's all.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that interview with Kate Conlon. We've sideline interview from this DSTV crew. And it was definitely an impressive goal, to say the least. We were mentioning that before we went to the sideline interview. Top shelf there, beat her on the blocker side. What do you make of this first period so far, Vinny?
Yeah, again, it's been a pretty even game here. I think Cortland was a little more dominant in the first. I think the power play they had early on gave them a little bit of motivation, a little bit of energy, a little bit of motion just to get going. But as the game went on, around the 10-minute mark, maybe a little less, Plattsburgh did kind of heat up a lot, obviously scoring their first goal. And I think that did play a big part for it, was Kate Conlon's goal, was to spark a little energy here coming from Plattsburgh.
Absolutely. That only goal we saw there was scored at even strength, so no dice on the power play for either of these teams. And I would say we saw some dominant performance from the power play. You know, we saw a bit of forecheck, we saw a bit of passing play opportunities. When it was even strength, most of the time we were seeing a lot of dump and chase for a majority of that first period.
Yeah, for a lot of the first 10 minutes, it was dump and chase.
I believe we have a replay coming up of that Kate Conlon goal. We'll check that one out so you can get a better idea of what we're talking about here. And you can see Conlon, 2 defenders on her, able to stick handle that one through and just buries it top shelf. Sends Gillard's water bottle flying on that one. Look at that. Definitely a very impressive goal there.
Yeah, definitely. It looked like she lost it for like 1 second, and the next time she had it on her stick, she just ripped it right into the net. Great move.
Very, very quick to retrieve on that one.
Yeah.
It's definitely tough when you're kind of trying to muscle through defenders like that, especially to get a shot off, and one of that quality is impressive, to say the least, if you'll allow me to be a broken record about it.
Yeah.
Well, folks, just 12 minutes remaining until the start of this second period. We'll send you down ice, get a look at the Zamboni, cleaning the ice, maybe a couple commercials, we'll see, and we'll join you again for this second period. Thank you for tuning in.
When I hear SUNY Plattsburgh, I think of support and togetherness. I never feel alone, and there's always like a community somewhere to go to. I think of activity because we're an active campus with something always going on.
My name's Alex. I'm a business and finance major, and I went to Fox Lane High School. The moment I got here, when I was walking around campus, it just felt like home. Like, it just has that feel to it that other schools don't have.
Now looking back, I was searching for a place that felt like home. And it's not easy to describe why it felt like home here, but it did. And I had this gut feeling that this just was the place for me, and I felt happy here. So many people were invested in my success, and I wasn't used to that in my life, and this felt really good, and I felt really supported.
My name's Julia. I'm a business major, so business administration, global supply chain, management, and human resource. And I graduated from Saratoga Springs High School. I chose SUNY Plattsburgh because the School of Business was so versatile, and it allowed me to have multiple majors and multiple minors and still graduate early, if not on time with the rest of my class.
My name is Matthew Wendler. I'm a junior public relations major, and I graduated as valedictorian at Morris Central School. I chose SUNY Plattsburgh because I wanted something far away. I wanted someplace different. And when I saw Plattsburgh, it was actually the only school I signed up for. I saw it was in the Adirondacks. It had that small town feel, something I was looking for. I grew up in a rural town where there was no sidewalks or really anyone else around. And I just thought it was the perfect place. It had the railroad, the lake.
My name is Eleni Espino. I'm a chemistry major at SUNY Plattsburgh, and the high school I went to was Manhattan Center for Science and Mathematics. So I chose SUNY Plattsburgh because, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, they gave me the best financial aid. So my award summary for my work study, which is what I really wanted coming into college, it was the best out of all the schools that I had applied to. So I was like, ultimately, this was the decision.
So I chose to come here from Brooklyn, and also I kind of weighed out my options with the other schools that I got accepted to, and Plattsburgh was the cheapest among them. It had a really nice and accepting campus feel, and also
it was right near a Wendy's. So I was really happy about that. My name's Xavier Brzett. I major in broadcast journalism and TV and video production. I actually transferred to SUNY Plattsburgh. I knew I wanted to do broadcast journalism, so obviously I was looking for schools that had broadcast journalism. And I did the semester at Oswego, and I was like, oh, this is not what I want to do. Like, when I found SUNY Plattsburgh, I knew a few people that went here, which was great. And it just seemed to be my type of vibe. I checked it out online, and I just applied. I didn't even come in person.
My name is Brandon Brathwaite. I'm a junior here at SUNY Plattsburgh. I'm from Calvert Memorial High School, and my major is Business Administration and Ministry of Information Systems. I chose SUNY Plattsburgh because it's a different environment. I'm from Long Island, so it's not like anything close to it. Everything's like clustered over there. There's a lot of things spread out. Everything's in a walking distance.
The University Police Department, it's a law enforcement agency that's on the Plattsburgh State campus. Our goal here is to patrol the campus and keep the campus community, students, faculty, keep everyone safe. We're a 24/7 police department, and we just want to create a better experience here for you guys. We have a lot of community policing programs. We create a lot of events for our community and for our students. We have bike patrol units. We have the K-9 program. We have a lot of students that take up the internship opportunity, as well as the student ambassador program that provides students the ability to get an escort home. Definitely think Plattsburgh is a safe community. That's something that we kind of strive ourselves and promote. We have a very quick response time. If there's something that did happen, I would say our response time is less than a minute, and we're able to get help for you.
Yes, I definitely do feel safe on campus. I feel like nothing really happens in Plattsburgh. Like nothing really scary happens, especially like when you're coming from somewhere where it's like a little more crime-ridden, like the city. Like it's a very different change of scenery.
My name is Zoe Rice, and I'm from Leicester, Massachusetts. I chose SUNY Plattsburgh because I was recruited here for soccer. So during the recruiting process, I came for a visit, and it was a lot different than where I'm from, which is exactly what I wanted. And so when I came here, I was looking for a school with broadcast journalism, and SUNY Plattsburgh was the only one with that.
Well, I wanted to stay in my hometown. I wanted to be able to help give back to my community. And so that kind of left a few options for me to choose from. And of those all, SUNY Plattsburgh kind of spoke out the most to me, not just because of how close it is to where I currently live, but also because of the various opportunities it offered in terms of the human services courses and majors I could take.
My name is Benjamin Sapulo. I am a music and music arts management major. I graduated from Newark Senior High School, and I transferred from Finger Lakes Community College. So I chose SUNY Plattsburgh for a couple different reasons. My main reason was for the major I went into. I had graduated from Finger Lakes Community College with an associate's degree in music recording technology, and I wasn't really sure what else I wanted to do, and I was like looking at my options. I scanned through the SUNY system, and I found that Plattsburgh had the music arts management program.
My name is Ariel Sukram, and I'm a criminal justice and law and justice major with a minor in gender and women's studies, and I graduated from the High School for Medical Professions in Canarsie High School. I chose SUNY Plattsburgh all because of the criminal justice program. I got a letter in the mail saying I got accepted, and I noticed that the criminal justice program offered a variety of classes that I was very interested in.
Hello, I'm Tim Giacchetto. I am a history/adolescent education major here at SUNY Plattsburgh, and I graduated from North Salem High School. I chose Plattsburgh for a number of reasons, but on the academic side, we do have a great education program, and I knew that education was something I'd be interested in, especially in the historical field.
My name is Logan Tolman. I am a finance and business administration major. I am from Stillwater, New York, and I recently attended Castleton University before transferring into Plattsburgh. When I was looking at schools to transfer to, there was a lot of options, and I knew I wanted to get out of my previous program, and I saw that Plattsburgh had a really good business school. My mother went here as well, so she kind of swayed me into checking it out, and once I did a little virtual tour and looked at all the programs the school offered, I think that this was home. The transfer process was really easy. The application was super simple. Once I got admitted, I moved in as soon as I possibly could.
Plattsburgh State has given me a lot over the years, and I wanted to give back, and one of those ways was through coaching. 2 stints. One was 12 years, and now I'm on going into my 9th year, my 2nd stint.
Michael Rasklin, childhood education, special education.
Good evening and welcome back to the Ronald B. Stafford Ice Arena, folks. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Christopher Gerasi. I'm joined by color commentator, Vinny Ferrara. And if you're just joining us, we have a 1-0 game. Cardinals are currently up 1 over the Cortland Red Dragons, and it's been a pretty slow one to start this one. We do have 1 goal, and it was a very impressive one, scored by number 19, Kate Conlon. Other than that, it was a lot of dump and chase for the first period. And what do you make of the game so far, Vinny?
Yeah, like you said, it's been a pretty even game so far. It shows with pretty much everything in the stats except for the shots on goal and obviously the score. Plattsburgh is up in both of those categories. But face-offs and, I mean, pretty much everything else. We talked earlier about a lot of the puck battles throughout this game being along the wall, and there's a lot of them. So, you know, that kind of just goes to show how even these teams are and how good they both are.
Definitely a bit of trench warfare there. Seeing a lot of battles for the puck along the boards, lots of scrums, and like we said, a lot of dump and chase. So definitely going to see some more of that here coming into this second period. Again, that was goal scored by Kate Conlon. Assists going to number 5, Sydney Francis, and number 24, Tessa Morris. Sorry to look away from the camera for you on that one, but I did have to check that once again. Well, like we said earlier, we are streaming this one into Birdie's Den and 1UP Arcade, so if you are joining us from there, thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you very much for all the support you're giving Plattsburgh State Television in this game. Definitely thank you from both your commentators here. The officials are currently taking the ice, and we're seeing both teams are getting ready to hear a fresh sheet of ice. And what can we look forward to coming into this second, Vinny? What would you say?
Well, I think Cortland's obviously going to look to respond to the scoreboard, maybe get themselves on there, give themselves the lead would be better. And I think Plattsburgh's trying to stick with their lead, obviously, probably also try to increase theirs. I know those are pretty obvious answers, but again, like we said, this is a pretty tight game so far. Both of these teams are just playing just like straight hockey. You know?
They're going to come out and do what they can.
Yeah.
Well, couldn't have said it better, Vinny. And we did have 2 power plays in the first period, 1 for each team. Neither one able to capitalize with the man advantage. Only goal scored again, once again, by Kate Conlon at even strength. Pretty impressive shot there after muscling through 2 defenders. And what did you think of that one when it happened, man?
Yeah, I mean that was a remarkable goal to watch. And I also just want to really quick point out how much more offensive Plattsburgh was on their power play than it appeared Cortland was on theirs. It did kind of look like Plattsburgh was more aggressive, more in Cortland's zone, and so I think if Plattsburgh does have another power play, they do have a better shot at converting.
Definitely had some better luck in the forecheck, I would agree.
Yeah.
Saw some good passing play there, a couple good shots. You did want to highlight, I believe it was So-Young Yu with some impressive slap shots from the blue line. Definitely gave the Cardinals a good few opportunities there.
Yeah, absolutely. All the time on the power play. There's a reason why she's the starting defenseman on the power plays, because she's always just ripping shots. And it's great, you know, one of them's either just going to go in on its own, or it's easy to tip it in after that, or even just tap it in, maybe if the goalie's distracted, not looking.
And definitely in the earlier parts of this women's hockey season, we saw the Cardinals have a lot of success with tip-ins. And we'll send you down to the ice now as we're getting ready for puck drop.
Yeah.
Second period here, fresh sheet of ice. 1-0 game for the Cardinals right now. Molly Ridgey on the face-off. This one comes up in the hands of the Red Dragons. Sent down as Ridgey retrieves. Finds puck. Puck. Loses one. Excuse me, folks. Loses this one in the Zamboni corner. And that's caught in the neutral zone by Bertrand. Sent in. Balfour. And Cho will wrap this one around. Finding Keller. Keller sends this one in to the Red Dragons' end as the Cardinals take a line change. Sent into the neutral zone once again. That's nearly turned over there. Currently in the stick of you in the Cardinals' end, as it's taken back over the blue line into the neutral zone. You sends to Kasperzak, looking across the blue line, but we'll get an offsides here. Well, just 18:41 in the first here. Excuse me, second.
Yeah, a lot of this back and forth play we've been talking about here, where it's just kind of just straight battles, and that's why the shots look like the way they do.
Yeah. I was hoping we'd see a bit more gas coming out of this into the second period.
There's always more time. And I think this is honestly, like, I don't want to say it just in case I'm wrong, but I feel like this is a low for Plattsburgh's shots on goals going into the second, being at just 10. I feel like usually they're at least in the high teens.
I think typically I would agree, but I think mostly you'll see a lot higher quality, and especially this is the second team in the standings. Cardinals are the first, and the Red Dragons are second. And we've only seen 14 shots on goal here. And a lot of them are, kind of muffins, kind of like taps, nothing that had a real chance of going in. And we saw some good opportunities. Few and far between, and I'm quickly corrected here. Wow, as Kasperzak, I believe that's Tessa Morris, will lead this skate back to the bench following a tip-in after a battle in front of the net. Goes 5-hole on Cortland goalie, Aline Julud. Let's see here. That's sent in and just tipped in between the pads.
Wow. Yeah, great centering pass by McCullough there, and also great positioning by Morris. Put it right through the 5-hole. Wow, great goal, and you'll love to see it coming out of the gates. I guess they wanted us to make us eat our words a little bit.
Well, we're being proven wrong here by this women's team as Ferris sends it around for Balfour. Balfour sends up for Francis, and we'll get an icing. Well, score is now 2-0 Cardinals in the second period.
I think that was a great example of what you were actually just talking about with, even though there's not that many shots on goal, they are of high quality, usually, and that was one of them.
One thing we have seen from this women's team so far during this season is lots of great tip-in and deflection goals.
Yeah.
That seems to be a real specialty of this team.
Plattsburgh goal, her 7th goal this season, scored by number 24, Tessa Morris. Assisting on the Cardinal goal, number 10, Bailey McCullough, and number 22, Emily Kasperzak. Down to the Cardinal goal.
Balfour attempting to find Francis across the blue line, but that one is broken up by Dinsmore. Sent down ice, and we'll get icing once again. Well, we're watching the Cardinals break out of this repetitive form of play we've seen for a lot of this. We're seeing a lot of death to the dump and chase for this Cardinals team. Cortland not really been able to follow suit here.
Yeah, I think they're just having they're having issues getting it at least through the neutral zone and, into the offensive zone, let alone getting shots on.
Yeah. That is one thing we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of turnovers, a lot of neutral zone turnovers.
Yeah.
Brief opportunity here. And it's very quickly broken up by Cardinals defense. And that's what I was going to say, that it might just be a stout defense from this team that's preventing these opportunities. Shot there by Anna Bourne. Good opportunity, good look. That was off the blocker of Stetson. Mahoney now in a scrum with it. And this one comes out for Bertrand. Shot there. Brief battle in front of the net. No dice on that one as this one's sent around. Now in the hands of Yu. Sent over for Puck. Puck now to Keller. Keller will drop this one in. Will be taken back across the blue line. Quick skating there from Kira Cook, looking to get that one into the offensive zone. No dice on that one as the Cardinals are quick to turn over once again. Kasperzak got an opportunity here. Pass to the slot for Terry, but no stick on that one as it sails wide. Terry able to recuperate here. Looking for another pass to the slot there, but that's turned over by Cook. More great forecheck here from the Cardinals. Great poke check by Balfour to keep this one in. And it eventually does cross back over, but Balfour retrieves once again, and will send it back into Cortland's zone here. Crushing hit into the boards there. That was Francis on Drew Kopak. Suan Cho will send this one in, and we'll get an icing.
Yeah, good work here by Plattsburgh on their forecheck, like you mentioned. I think that's where Cortland's really struggling here, is just to generate really anything. But even the chances they had there before, they were kind of aggressive in front of the net and just in the offensive zone in general. Great work by Stetson, though, to keep up with the pressure and kind of blank them so far.
I'd say if Cortland was going to heat up at any point, now would be the time.
Yeah.
Down 2 with 15 minutes remaining in the second. This would be a time to get yourself back in a good position here.
They always say it's always the most dangerous lead to be up by 2, right?
Yeah. That is the lead that will end most games. Sophie Hart lugs this one across the blue line. Loses possession there, and it is gloved and stopped by Stetson. Rough spill there. As Hart takes a brief collision into the boards, as well as Soyoung Yu.
That's the worst. You just can't stop when you're headed towards the boards.
No traction like that. Face off in the Cardinals' end. Conlon and Nolan. Conlon wins this one and passes it over for Francis. Francis looking for a drop pass there. Bounces around in the Cardinals' end. Eventually retrieved by Yu behind the net. Attempts to find Morris on this one. That's broken up by a defender where Yu gets possession once again. A top opportunity here. Shot, and that's punched away by Stetson.
Wow.
Shot there coming from Ainsley Delacourt.
Strong shot, but even stronger save.
Another shot by Delacourt from the blue line. Close call, but it is stopped by Stetson once again, and I believe we're starting to see Cortland heat up. I'd say out of the opportunities they've had so far, those have been their best.
Yeah, this is definitely, they are kind of peaking right now. They're going up a little bit in terms of momentum, and but it obviously is not an easy game when you're playing against Stetson in that. She's just doing great work.
So now this one is very much still in the hands of the Cardinals. Delacourt once again, number 3, shot! And that one is stopped by Stetson. Very close call there. I could have sworn that snuck through the pads, but it was stopped, and we'll get another face-off in this Cardinals end. And how about Ainsley Delacourt, number 9, single-handedly generating 3 shots on goal in the past 30 seconds or so?
Yeah, really buzzing.
Slap shot from the blue line, punched away by Stetson, and this game is cooking now. Scrum on the blue line, and we'll get a stoppage for hand passing. Number 9, Ainsley Delacourt out of Stony Creek, Ontario. She's a senior, and she seems to be putting some wind in the sails of this Cortland team. That's a shot sent wide by Katie Diem. Retrieving is Bertrand. Bertrand sending around for Caracas. Mahoney and Ridgie fighting for it in the near side corner. Delacourt fighting to keep this one in. Balfour eventually comes out on top with it. Sends it to Ridgie. Ridgie back to Balfour. Balfour over for Keller. Keller, cross ice here. And this may be an opportunity. Puck, drop pass, shot by Ridgie. That one goes wide. Katie Mahoney sending this one in, and that's stopped by Suan Cho for Soyoung Yu. Soyoung Yu turned over, and that one is tapped away by Katie Mahoney across the Cortland half wall, and we'll get another face-off here.
Well, it's good to see Plattsburgh taking it out of their end a little bit there towards the end of that play. After Cortland being in possession for pretty much most of this period so far.
This one wrapped around in the Cardinals' end. Eventually pops out into the neutral zone. This one finding the stick of Ella Lewinsky. Lewinsky opts to take this one across the blue line herself. Drop pass there for Cook. Cook unable to keep this one in. McKellar, 1-0. Let's see it. Shot, and that is straight into the chest protector, and we'll get a stoppage here.
Good
Not
work.
a bad breakaway opportunity, though.
Yeah, no, not at all. Good work by Terry to get that up to McKellar there. I think she just kind of ran out of room a little bit.
Definitely. And it can be hard to prep a shot in a breakaway like that. You don't always see it coming. Keller sends that one in, and it's gloved by Giroux.
I think this is definitely starting to heat up here a lot from both teams.
I would agree. McKellar on the face-off. Sent back for Balfour. Balfour wraps this one around. Kasperzak retrieving behind the net. Kasperzak, backhanded pass there, looking for the slot shot, and Morris scores! 3-0 Cardinals with 12 remaining here after a beauty of a setup by, I believe it was McKellar on that one, and wow, we're gonna need a replay of that one.
Yeah, that was an insane centering pass from behind the net. Can't really see clearly. I believe you were right, though. I think that was McKellar from behind the net passing it forward to
McKellar centering pass there, and it is just slapped home. Wow. By Tessa Morris. Well, 3-0 Cardinals now. And this Cardinals team is definitely making us eat our words about some dump and chase comments early in this game. They have heated up sufficiently and are currently dominating this Cortland team. Ty Balfour. Centering pass for Conlon. Conlon. And now we're going to get an offsides for that.
So Plattsburgh is showing no signs of slowing down. Up by 3, no response from Cortland yet. And I think a big part of that is to thank, we owe a big thank you to Stetson for that big lead. She's been doing her job pretty well on her end, keeping up her end of the bargain here, making sure Cortland doesn't get any through.
Absolutely. She's got a good defense backing her up here so far in this one.
Yeah.
But when the going gets tough and a shot on goal definitely comes her way, she is able to put in the work and stop it quick. Steiner got an opportunity here, centering pass, no one to retrieve. Ferris looking to keep that one in, but no dice. Show for Steiner. Steiner across the blue line. She'll cross-ice this one for Smith. Smith chips it in, but it is turned over. Now in the possession of Haley Hunter. Hunter, cross-ice for Delacourt. Turned over at neutral ice. Facette now. On the back red line, looking for you on that one. Keller now has this one in the Cardinals' defensive end. Over for you. Opportunity here. Shot, and that one goes off the blocker. Very close opportunity for Katie Diem as she came into the slot with no defense on her. Really close one there. You could tell she was biding her time with that shot.
Yeah. Turnover like that, can quickly change momentum.
Absolutely. Katie Diem, after her last opportunity, takes this one across the blue line. Punch stop here. She'll back pass for Gillian Dinsmore. So-Young Yu, retrieving, sends it over for Zoe Puck. Zoe Puck, unable to keep a stick on it. And this one's turned over to Katie Mahoney. Shot there by Dinsmore. No luck as that one sails wide. Ridgie lays out on the play to get a stick on that one. But it was for naught, as that is a shot from the blue line by number 21, Sophie Hart. And will fly off Stetson's stick and out of play. Well, 9 minutes, 50 seconds remaining here in this second period. Cardinals have scored 2.
We're seeing a lot of back and forth play here by both teams. I mean, right now is Cortland's being a little more dominant, but before that was Plattsburgh, and before that was Cortland again being a little more dominant. So Plattsburgh will have their chance again in the second half of this period.
Taya Balfour. Chasing after it is McKellar. It is retrieved by Owinski. Big hit there on Owinski. She's able to get up and retrieve the puck once again. She'll dump this one in as Cortland takes a line change. And Cho fighting for possession with Morgan Raymond. Another tough fought scrum here near side. And this one eventually sails out to the Red Dragons' end, and we will get icing with 8:50 remaining here in the second.
I wish we had something on the scorebook to keep track of how many times they called icing tonight.
It might be on our stat sheet somewhere. I'm
Maybe,
sure,
yeah.
but definitely would be a good amount. Bertrand at the back line shot. No dice on that one. It's retrieved by Sabroka. Shot there, I believe, by Sabroka. No luck on that. Balfour chips this one around. It's Bertrand retrieving. Bertrand trying to keep this one in. Sends it over the half wall, and we'll get a face-off in the Cardinals' end once again.
It almost got a piece of one of the Cortland assistant coaches there. I think he even put his hand out. It must have been a goalie or something. I don't know.
He was ready for that one.
Yeah.
Forsyth, first to touch after this face-off. That one's broken up by defensive play there. This one's sent around by Ferris. Another scrum in the near side corner. Eventually on the stick of Francis. Francis out for Ferris. And it's Carlin Bertrand now, who sends this one down to the Plattsburgh end. And we'll get another icing.
Yeah. That's just kind of how the game's been going, I guess. Not too many bad looks from Cortland here so far in this last 5 minutes, I would say, of this period.
Yeah, only trailing by 4 in the shots on goal department.
Yeah, definitely catching up there.
Forsyth behind the Red Dragons net. Centering pass there by Ridgie. No one to retrieve. Delacourt sends over for Persinger. Persinger sends this one high. Suan Cho gets there first. And it's another scrum by the Red Dragons half wall. Someone loses a stick in the scuffle. It's eventually kicked out. Where Keller retrieves. Now it's Zoe Puck across the blue line. 1-on-2, backhander. That one goes wide.
Nice move there by Zoe Puck.
Molly Ridgie cross ice for Balfour. Balfour shot, stopped by the glove. Looking for the tap in. I believe that was Ferris. No, excuse me, that was McKellar looking for the tip in on that one. No dice on that one. And this game stays 3-0.
Not a bad look there. I just realized this is no longer G. Luddenett. This is Dukes.
Oh, good eye, yes. This is Isabel Dukes. Yeah, wow. I'm imagining that change was made probably after the third.
Yeah.
Well, sorry for missing that one there, folks. Vinny caught that one for me. In net now is Isabel Dutz out of Marshall, Minnesota. She's a first year.
I noticed because I was going to compliment her on the save, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute.
That's gloved by Dutz.
I don't know how he missed that.
I'm usually pretty good about that, too. I like to...
Must have been one of the many icing calls.
That's actually not a bad look. Ella Fassett and Katie Mahoney now. This one's sent back for Balfour. Balfour sends this one in for McKellar. McKellar looked to get a centering pass on it. No stick on that one. Terry with it. Sends around. Eventually retrieved by Persinger. Now Lewinsky. Another scrum here in the near side corner. Eventually, Cortland comes out on top, but is very quickly brought into the boards again by Ferris.
I'm wondering if scrums like that keep going on for a long time, do they blow those dead or no?
I believe they used to, but by my understanding, scrums will go on for as long as they need to.
Okay. Because some of these have gone on for so long.
Ty Balfour, got to look. Francis nearly had a shot on it. No dice on that one. Shot up high by Conlon, but that's punched away by Dutz in net. A trio of good opportunities there for the Cardinals, and still no twine found on that one. Ferris behind the Cortland net. Looking for Francis. This one crosses the blue line, and the Cardinals will have to regroup. Cho sends forward for Francis. Briefly turned over there, but it comes off a skate and bouncing around in the Cardinals' end. This one eventually finds the stick of Delacourt. Delacourt had a trio of shots on goals. Or shots on goals, yeah. Shots on goals last a couple sequences ago, but no luck for her so far. I'd reckon if anyone has a good shot of getting Cortland back into this race, it would be her. Zoe Puck able to get this one out, and Sydney Francis will send this one across the blue line as the Cardinals take a line change. Molly Ridgie behind the Cardinals net. Cortland now changing out their skaters. This one's dumped in and retrieved by Sophie Hart. Sophie Hart sending this one into the neutral zone where it's stopped by Forsyth, who sends this one into Cortland's territory once again.
I think this is the most even we've seen it in terms of going back and forth.
I would agree. That is Emma McLean, knocked off the puck. Former Cardinal, spent 3 years here at Plattsburgh. Eventually made the transfer to Cortland to play for the Red Dragons. So Young Yu looking to send that one into Brooke Terry, and that's called offsides.
Well, Dutz is doing pretty good so far. I'm not sure when they swapped him out, but she's been doing a pretty solid job so far. Plattsburgh has been pretty aggressive in the offensive zone. So is Cortland, though. But I think Plattsburgh's defense is doing a much better job.
I would agree. Suen Cho over for Balfour. Balfour dumping this one in. Another scrum here in Cortland's end. And Cortland comes out on top. That's Persinger with it. Persinger skating around some forwards here, able to get it across the blue line. This one is retrieved by Balfour. Balfour center cross, looking for a stop was Hunter. No dice on that one. Nearly tipped in by Kylie Nolan. No dice there, looking for the wraparound. Was Nolan once again. This one sent back for Delacourt. Delacourt shot from deep. Nearly came off of Balfour's stick and went in, but that one is stopped and gloved by Stetson.
A couple of really good looks there from Cortland, and I'm surprised none of them have gone in yet. I hate saying that, but it is kind of just great work by both Stetson and the defense to keep this game at 0 so far for Cortland.
Just 2:14 remaining here in the second period, and Cortland's going to need to score one soon if they want this one to be within reach before the start of the third. Quick skating around behind the net, and that's a big open ice hit between Conlon and Bertrand. We get a stoppage on the play following that hit, but I do believe Conlon's going to go to the box for that one.
Well, this could be the opportunity you were talking about for Cortland here to, get themselves sort of back in this game a little bit. Maybe, even get their gears turning a little more than they have been so far. But Plattsburgh has been pretty good on the penalty kill, so hopefully they can keep that up.
Power play is what most teams would need to get some wind in their sails during a game like this. That was quickly sent out of the zone by Ridgie and quickly brought back in by Mahoney. Mahoney sent out for Atterborn. Shot there. No dice on that one as it stopped with the chest protector of Stetson. That shot was by Bertrand, and we're going to get another scrum here. Francis able to send this one out and down the ice. Dutes leaves it for her teammate. That's Fanny Atterborn. Katie Mahoney along the far side. Sends back for Atterborn. Atterborn over for Bertrand. Bertrand shot, looking for a deflection, was Cook. No dice. Stopped by Mahoney. Mahoney chips this one around. This finds Cook. Another scrum here in the Zamboni corner. Cook sends this one out, and Atterborn's not able to keep it in. Cortland's going to have to regroup with just 50 seconds remaining here in their penalty and an equal amount of time left in the second. Katie Mahoney crossing the blue line. Left it for Dinsmore. Dinsmore waiting.
I don't want to jinx anything, but the penalty killers here are doing a good job keeping it away from the net in terms of not letting them get a shot on goal.
Definitely. They're using the board-heavy play we've seen so far to their advantage and just keeping this one out of any shootable positions here. This one sent back for Dinsmore. Dinsmore passes over for Soroka. Shot there by Soroka. No dice. That one's sent in. I believe that was by Hart. I'm not too sure about that one, though. And that concludes this second period. 3-0 Cardinals as we get ready to head into the third. Shots on goal currently 19-17 in favor of the Cardinals. And with a shot on goal tally like that, you definitely expect a more even score, wouldn't you, Vinny?
Yeah, I would think so. I think Cortland definitely did heat up a lot here in the second period, and again, it shows through the shots on goal because after the first, I believe the shots on goal were 10-4 in favor of Plattsburgh, and now obviously it's much closer at 19-7. And I just think, though, I don't think Cortland has been able to get as many good quality chances as they would have liked to out of this game so far, and that's a big part of that is due to Cardinals defense.
Yeah, Cardinals defense, we can see they're very quick to break up any of the offensive drives coming across the blue line, and they're definitely using that physical play that we've seen so far this game to their advantage, where they're just puck comes across the blue line, you send that person or you send that puck into the boards and fight for it if you have to, because any time they burn is to their advantage now.
Yeah.
So we saw 2 goals this period.
Yep.
Second one I know was Tessa Morris, but the first...
Was it McKellar?
We could have been McKellar. I believe
so,
McKellar.
yeah.
McKellar definitely assisted on
That
the
was the
Tessa Morris goal, and
yeah.
I believe McKellar was the one who tapped in the second goal. There was a tip in there in front of the net. I do remember correctly. It might have been Morris on both of them. We're going to find out.
Maybe, yeah. We'll see when we get the replay.
We will find out when we get the replay. We do apologize for not just knowing that off the top of our heads, because we really should. We were paying attention.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2 goals here for the Cardinals this period, and like I said earlier, they're definitely making us eat our words regarding the play here. Well, we got a replay. The goal here.
first goal, I believe.
That's the first goal by Conlon there on that one. Conlon, very impressive one there. I mean, I've said it before, but being able to get a shot from that position off and one of that quality, very impressive. And here we go. Here's the second goal.
This one, I believe, was the feed from McKellar.
Feed from McKellar to Tessa Morris. So I believe it was McKellar to Morris. It was the third one as well. So that's...
Yeah, I think it was both, yeah.
Definitely a lot of points for those two players tonight, and they'll definitely have their stars of the game to show for it at the end of this one if they can keep this momentum up.
Yeah, really. And that was the one that was from the feed kind of behind the net.
So, yeah, it's Kasper's act, who I believe... I think that's McKellar back there, yeah. And then Morris. So, yeah. McKellar and Morris. So we were half right about the first one.
And I mean, that's a pretty good duo right there on the ice.
Absolutely.
I mean, to make both goals in the second period come from the same two players, it's pretty good.
That's got to be a good duo. There's got to be some good chemistry there if they're getting some centering passes like that. And how about those passes for McKellar? You know, a lot of the time the credit will go to the goal scorer, but those setups by McKellar were something to behold, definitely.
Yeah, I would say she's definitely got a pretty good hold on where everybody is on the ice, and just able to find them, too, is another really big part of it. Through any defenseman that might be there or anything, just great work.
Definitely some good knowledge of the game and some good there's a word I'm looking for and I'm missing it. Good sense of just where everything's happening on the ice. Good game sense, you could say. Well, that will conclude our commentary in this intermission. We'll join you again in just 12 minutes for the start of the third period. We'll send you down ice and some commercials here. Thank you for joining us. I'm Christopher Gerasi, along with Vinny Ferraro, and we'll be back in just a few. Thank you for watching.
When I hear SUNY Plattsburgh, I think of support and togetherness. I never feel alone, and there's always like a community somewhere to go to. I think of activity because we're an active campus with something always going on.
My name's Alex. I'm a business and finance major, and I went to Fox Lane High School. The moment I got here, when I was walking around campus, it just felt like home. It just has that feel to it that other schools don't have.
Now looking back, I was searching for a place that felt like home. And it's not easy to describe why it felt like home here, but it did. And I had this gut feeling that this just was the place for me, and I felt happy here. So many people were invested in my success, and I wasn't used to that in my life, and this felt really good, and I felt really supported.
My name's Julia. I'm a business major, so business administration, global supply chain, management, and human resource. And I graduated from Saratoga Springs High School. I chose SUNY Plattsburgh because the School of Business was so versatile, and it allowed me to have multiple majors and multiple minors and still graduate early, if not on time with the rest of my class.
My name is Matthew Wendler. I'm a junior public relations major, and I graduated as valedictorian at Morris Central School. I chose SUNY Plattsburgh because I wanted something far away. I wanted someplace different. And when I saw Plattsburgh, it was actually the only school I signed up for. I saw it was in the Adirondacks. It had that small town feel, something I was looking for. I grew up in a rural town where there was no sidewalks or really anyone else around. And I just thought it was the perfect place. It had the railroad, the lake.
My name is Elaine Espino. I'm a chemistry major at SUNY Plattsburgh, and the high school I went to was I had a Center for Science and Mathematics. So I chose SUNY Plattsburgh because honestly, if I'm being completely honest, they gave me the best financial aid. So like my award summary for my work study, which is what I really wanted coming into like college, it was the best out of all the schools that I had applied to. So I was like, oh, ultimately, this was the decision.
So I chose to come here from Brooklyn, and also I kind of weighed out my options with the other schools that I got accepted to, and Plattsburgh was the cheapest among them. It had a really nice and accepting campus feel, and also it was right near a Wendy's, so I was really happy about that. My name's Xavier Brzett. I major in broadcast journalism and TV and video production. I actually transferred to SUNY Plattsburgh. I knew I wanted to do broadcast journalism, so obviously I was looking for schools that had broadcast journalism. And I did the semester at Oswego, and I was like, oh, this is not what I want to do. Like, when I found SUNY Plattsburgh, I knew a few people that went here, which was great. And it just seemed to be my type of vibe. I checked it out online and I just applied. I didn't even come in person.
My name is Brandon Brathwaite. I'm a junior here at SUNY Plattsburgh. I'm from Calvary Memorial High School, and my major is Business Administration and Ministry of Information Systems. I chose SUNY Plattsburgh because it's a different environment. I'm from Long Island, so it's not like anything close to it. Everything's like clustered over there. There's a lot of things spread out. Everything's in walking distance.
The University Police Department, it's a law enforcement agency that's on the Plattsburgh State campus. Our goal here is to patrol the campus and keep the campus community, students, faculty, keep everyone safe. We're a 24/7 police department, and we just want to create a better experience here for you guys. We have a lot of community policing programs. We create a lot of events for our community and for our students. We have bike patrol units. We have the K-9 program. We have a lot of students that take up the internship opportunity, as well as the student ambassador program that provides students the ability to get an escort home. Definitely think Plattsburgh is a safe community. That's something that we kind of strive ourselves and promote. We have a very quick response time. If there's something that did happen, I would say our response time is less than a minute and we're able to get help for you.
Yes, I definitely do feel safe on campus. I feel like nothing really happens in Plattsburgh. Like nothing really scary happens, especially like when you're coming from somewhere where it's like a little more crime-ridden, like the city. Like it's a very different change of scenery.
My name is Zoe Rice, and I'm from Leicester, Massachusetts. I chose SUNY Plattsburgh because I was recruited here for soccer. So during the recruiting process, I came for a visit, and it was a lot different than where I'm from, which is exactly what I wanted. And so when I came here, I was looking for a school with broadcast journalism, and SUNY Plattsburgh was the only one with that.
Well, I wanted to stay in my hometown. I wanted to be able to help give back to my community. And so that kind of left a few options for me to choose from. And of those all, SUNY Plattsburgh kind of spoke out the most to me, not just because of how close it is to where I currently live, but also because of the various opportunities it offered in terms of the human services courses and majors I could take.
My name is Benjamin Sapulo. I am a music and music arts management major. I graduated from Newark Senior High School, and I transferred from Finger Lakes Community College. So I chose SUNY Plattsburgh for a couple different reasons. My main reason was for the major I went into. I had graduated from Finger Lakes Community College with an associate's degree in music recording technology, and I wasn't really sure what else I wanted to do, and I was like looking at my options. I scanned through the SUNY system and I found that Plattsburgh had the music arts management program.
My name is Ariel Slickram, and I'm a criminal justice and law and justice major with a minor in gender and women's studies, and I graduated from the High School for Medical Professions in Canarsie High School. I chose SUNY Plattsburgh all because of the criminal justice program. I got a letter in the mail saying I got accepted, and I noticed that the criminal justice program offered a variety of classes that I was very interested in.
Hello, I'm Tim Giacchetto. I am a history/adolescent education major here at SUNY Plattsburgh, and I graduated from North Salem High School. I chose Plattsburgh for a number of reasons, but on the academic side, we do have a great education program, and I knew that education was something I'd be interested in, especially in the historical field.
My name is Logan Tolman. I am a finance and business administration major. I am from Stillwater, New York, and I recently attended Castleton University before transferring into Plattsburgh. When I was looking at schools to transfer to, there was a lot of options, and I knew I wanted to get out of my previous program, and I saw that Plattsburgh had a really good business school. My mother went here as well, so she kind of swayed me into checking it out, and once I did a little virtual tour and looked at all the programs the school offered, I think that this was home. The transfer process was really easy. The application was super simple. Once I got admitted, I moved in as soon as I possibly could.
Plattsburgh State has given me a lot over the years, and I wanted to give back, and one of those ways was through coaching. 2 stints. One was 12 years, and now I'm going into my 9th year, my 2nd stint.
Michael Rasklin, childhood education, special education in Garcia High School.
My classroom experience has been very good. I started off as a journalism major, and then I switched into the childhood education program, and it was one of the best decisions I've made. The childhood education program is super welcoming, and it's just a really good overall program. It's been the best years of my life. I've met some of my closest friends. The athletics here are super competitive. We played a really good conference, all of us. So it's just a really good overall experience. If you're looking to get involved in athletics, there's plenty of different opportunities, different sports here.
So I do live in the city of Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh, I think, has really grown on me, and I've really come to appreciate this as my home, in part because there's like a little bit of everything in or around Plattsburgh. So Burlington, a little bit bigger city. It's just an hour and 15 minutes. You get a beautiful ferry ride on the way there. So I really enjoy that. There's a lot to do in Burlington. And then Montreal, which is, I think, ultimately kind of one of the great cities of the world, period, is an hour and a half away. And
Good evening, folks, and welcome back to the Ronald B. Stafford Ice Arena here in snowy Plattsburgh, where the snow is still coming down and it is getting ridiculously cold in here. Currently, we have a 3-0 game where the Plattsburgh State Cardinals are playing a pretty dominant game over the Cortland Red Dragons, and we saw 2 goals in the last period off the stick of Tessa Morris alone, with centering passes by Bailey McKellar both times. What do you make of last period, Vinny?
Again, like you said, obviously a very dominant period by Plattsburgh there, especially Tessa Morris, able to put the Plattsburgh up by 3 now, going into the third. Cortland they had their moments a little bit. I would say it was pretty much back and forth in terms of offensive pressure that period, but the Cardinals obviously stayed on top. I think they had a lot more. Well, I don't even want to say that the chances were a better quality, because a lot of them were just great looks by McKellar. The one behind the net was great, and the one not cross crease, but you know what I mean. The centering pass was another great move.
Near side ice centering pass to the slot. Yeah. Definitely an impressive one, an impressive look. Yeah, I would agree, and we did see a good amount of drive from Cortland in brief surges throughout the game. They'd have a brief rush where they'd have a couple good shot opportunities, but would get very quickly snuffed by the Cardinals defense. And I think that's been their key to succeeding so far this game, is they have really good defensive pressure. The second that puck crosses into their blue line, there's someone sending the puck carrier into the boards, there's someone wrapping the puck around, just getting it out of reach of those forwards. And I think that's what's been their biggest strength so far in terms of defense this game. And as for offense, well, it's definitely a slower start. They had one in the first, so not entirely too slow, but definitely we saw a lot of dump and chase from both teams in the first period, which was very quickly remedied by the Cardinals team in the second. And both teams are taking the ice now as we get ready to begin the third period. Just 52 seconds remaining until puck drop. Officials are on the ice as well, and Cortland's going to need to start working a bit quicker here if they want to get this one back within reach.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, even after, was it 2 or 3 power plays they had? I think
3. I think 3 total, yeah.
So, 3 power plays. Unfortunately for them, not able to convert on any of them. It happens. I think they just got to kind of look to have those moments, like we said, where they were generating a lot of offense and a lot of momentum. I think they need to have that a lot more in this period than it was against Plattsburgh.
And they had 1 power play in the dying 2 minutes of that second period, and they do technically have 1 second on it coming into this third, but they were not able to capitalize. And I think not being able to capitalize on a power play in a big, crucial moment like that is what's going to seal this game.
Yeah, especially when you're down by 3.
Down ice now as Ridgey's on this face-off. Ridgey wins and comes out for Balfour. Centering pass there. No one to retrieve in the slot. Fresh sheet of ice. We're seeing a lot faster skates in the first few minutes of a period. Always have some great edge work from the skaters. Carlin Bertrand sees this one around. Poked around behind the net, and that's gloved by Stetson.
Stetson's been a really crucial part of this Plattsburgh team too tonight. She hasn't had I wouldn't say she's had too much trouble so far throughout this game, but again, just kind of being the backbone. When one does get through the defense, she's able to cover it up.
Absolutely, and in terms of goaltending, I did miss this earlier, but as you pointed out, Vinny, Isabel Dutz was subbed in for Lynn Gillard. About I think Tyler told me it was immediately after the third goal that she was subbed in. So
yeah, we must have missed that because we only noticed it, I think, when there was like 9 or 8 minutes left.
So definitely a bit, and I think Dutz is definitely performing well so far. I mean, she hasn't let one in. She's had a few quality stops from what we've seen in the last few minutes of that second. So
yeah, well, she's probably stopped about, I think, I'm trying to do the math. She had there was 9 in the second period, and she went in after, I would assume, either the first 2 or 3. So she stopped about 6 shots so far, but good quality shots that, is probably going to be good for Cortland to get at least a little momentum coming from their goalie. They're also getting a little more aggressive, it looks like, Cortland.
definitely. Stick stripped away from Emma McLean there. Another scrum near side here for both teams. This one flies out off the stick. Cortland forward. And it's sent back down around the boards in Cortland zone once again. That's Owinski retrieving. This one chipped out into the center. Eventually stopped by Morgan Raymond. Raymond sending this one over for Persinger. Tessa Morris, she's got 2 already. Shot from the blue line, and that's kicked away by Isabel Dutz.
Morris is definitely looking for a third in this period.
There's a sliding stop there by Conlon to keep that one in the Cortland end. Persinger retrieves, finds McLean. McLean, bank pass, finds Kylie Nolan. Nolan able to carry it across the blue line. She's got 4 defenders on her, and that one's broken up by Yu. So Yu passes over for Zoe Puck. Puck unable to keep it on her stick. This one's wrapped around the boards in Cortland's end. Sophie Hart with the puck now. That's stopped by Soyoung Yu once again. Soyoung Yu waiting around the back red line. Over for Puck. Puck attempts to keep this one in, just chips it down where it finds Ridgie. Molly Ridgie centering pass looking for Cho. No dice on that one as this one sails down.
Yeah, good look by Ridgie there.
To the Cardinals end. We won't get icing as that one was sent down by a Cardinal. And Zoe Puck fighting to keep this one out of her team's defensive end here.
Great work by you, too, to play both sides of the ice here, defensively and offensively.
Yu for Cho. Cho banking off, finds McKellar. Another scrum here. This one bouncing around near side. Hasn't found a stick in a while. And eventually, Carlin Bertrand comes out on top with it. Oh, Fanny Annebarn's got a look, but she's broken up by some standout defensive plays, and we're going to get a penalty here.
I believe that would be on McKellar, probably.
That is going to be on McKellar.
She looks a little confused, too. I'm not sure.
Call looks like booking, according to our referee signal here, tonight's officials. Ryan St. Louis, Jeffrey Elmer, John Foster, and Nathan Bremer. Well, it's going to be another power play for Cortland here. And we'll see if they're able to capitalize on this one. They haven't had any luck with it so far, but a good power play could be just what they need to get themselves back into this one. Down 3 with 15 minutes remaining in the third.
Bailey McKellar, 2 minutes for booking. Time of the Plattsburgh penalty, 4 minutes, 18 seconds. McKellar, 2 minutes for booking. This Plattsburgh penalty kills.
Another scrum here near side. McKellar's penalty is being announced over PA. Drew Kopak now. This one sent over to Dinsmore. Dinsmore losing possession of that one. Or Kopak retrieves once again. Kopak across neutral ice. She'll carry this one through, but that's going to be offsides as the linesman determines that Persinger was over the line first. Just 15 remaining here in the third. 125 remaining in this Cortland power play. They haven't been able to generate anything from it so far.
Again, it's that defense from Plattsburgh. Even on the penalty kill is just insane.
Anna Bourne. This one near side. Cook with it. Cook loses the puck after it's poked away by Forsyth. Anna Bourne with it now. Anna Bourne sending the puck over to Bertrand. Bertrand shot from the blue line, and that one's broken up by some defensive sticks in traffic. Cook sends it around for Bertrand once again. Bertrand over for Mahoney. Shot there by Anna Bourne, and that one's sent high off the stick of Stetson.
I thought that was going to go in front of the net.
Forsyth fighting hard to keep a scrum burning here behind the Cardinals net. Every second killed to the Cardinals' advantage. Currently up 3 in this one. Katie Mahoney is attempting to skate past Zoe Puck. No luck on that one as it's able to be sent away. Some pushing and shoving there between Puck and Mahoney after the play, as Anna Bourne will come out with it now.
Well, good work by Puck to keep her off the puck and also to clear it out of their own zone.
Shot there from deep by Iwinski.
That's the end of the power play. It's 4 now, I think, they haven't capitalized on.
That would be correct. I believe that is their 4th power play, and Cortland has not seen any success so far, and we're going to get another scrum behind this Cardinals net. That one is sent deep for Persinger. Persinger shot, looking for a deflection. No one there to retrieve on that one, and it's sent away by Stetson. Another, and I repeat, another scrum behind the Cardinals net.
It's better than an icing.
I guess it is better than an icing because we don't get a stoppage at least. The clock's still ticking here. 13 minutes remaining as this scrum keeps on going. Another spill as Yu eventually comes out with it. Yu looking for McKellar on that one. Briefly broken up by Persinger, but this one's still in Cortland's end. Persinger chips it forward. Was, I believe, looking for Victoria Griffin, extra skater for this Cortland team. Katie Mahoney lugging this one across the blue line. Dropped pass. No scrum here, and Taya Balfour comes out on top as she'll wrap this one around, eventually finding Ferris. Ferris looking to get it to Francis. No luck.
Nice block in front by Balfour.
Oh, Francis attempting to get this one out, but that is kept in by Gillian Dinsmore. One-timer attempted there by Anna Bourne, but that is a standout block. Shot there by Anna Bourne once again. Sent high. This puck still bouncing around live in front of this Cardinals net. No dice on that one. And this game stays 3-0.
Oh, wow. Another crazy block by Balfour there, and also a lot of pressure there from Cortland. Probably very frustrated. They haven't been able to convert anything on any of their power plays or even in the 5-on-5. They're probably looking for something, maybe to not even just tie it at this point, maybe just to catch up.
It is definitely a good sign that they were able to keep a forecheck going despite not being on the power play. They definitely had some rough going with that earlier in this game. Shot there from Bertrand off the post. As Stetson punches that one away. Very, very close opportunity for Cortland to get a score here and keep a shutout off the tails. And we're going to get a 2-on-2 here. Puck flanked by Keller. Puck drops for Yu. Yu sent in looking for Keller. Keller centering pass, and that one is stopped between the skate and the post by Dutz.
Nice stoppage there, and it's good for Plattsburgh to carry it out of their zone and kind of get a little more of a forecheck going on here than they've had through this past. I mean, pretty much this whole first half of the third period has been Cortland.
The Cardinals on defense for the majority of this third period. Absolutely agree with that. And it has been good defense, but
It's good to see them get it out, though, you know. Balfour has been outstanding on defense as well. Absolutely. A couple of crucial blocks.
So on you, over for Keller, back to you.
Oh, there's a penalty on Cortland, apparently.
Oh, yeah, there is a penalty.
I didn't see that either.
I did not see that call. Well, we are 30 seconds into a Cardinals power play that both of us seem to have missed. Apologies for that, folks. You didn't hear what the call was, did you, Vinny?
No, I didn't get to see it.
I didn't either.
I heard him saying something, and I thought to look, and I was like, okay, I guess there's a power play going on. Number 8. It's going to be...
Yeah, it's going to be Grace Caracas in the box.
Well, that explains why Plattsburgh was able to carry it out and generate a little momentum there, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure when the penalty was called.
I have no clue either. Zoe Puck into the slot, shot, and that's off the defender.
Ooh. Good pressure there by, who is that, Haley Hunter from Cortland?
Yes. Jasper Zach dumps this one in. Taya Balfour outside the slot, shot there, and that's blocked by Owinski. Taya Balfour once again passes over for Molly Ridgey. Balfour once again, shot, looking for a deflection was Morris. That would have been a hat trick for her if she could tap that one in. How about that?
She's definitely looking for one. She's got to be hungry.
Yeah.
Is McKellar out there?
I don't think so right now.
They should put her out.
Well, that concludes that Cardinals power play. No goals scored on that one as we got 9 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the third. Sydney Francis, one-on-one. One-touch deke, shot, and that comes off the pads. And we're going to get a goaltender collision here and a net knocked off its moorings. How about that one, Vinny?
Wow. I think if that net didn't go over, I think that definitely would have been a goal from Francis. A lot of good moves, and she had the rebound, too, there. She could have made it happen, and actually, that's very unfortunate that the net came out there.
I do believe even if it had stayed on, she was kind of set to make a collision there with Dutz, so I don't think it would have counted if she had been able to put it in, but definitely an impressive look and an impressive shot there. And how about that deke to get around the defender?
Yeah, that was insane. We're seeing a lot of that, actually, out of Plattsburgh. That was very similar to, I'm sorry,
that's another
Conlon's.
Another penalty for Cortland.
I don't know how they're calling.
I guess it happened on that sequence that involved the net getting knocked off. It's going to be Ella Owinski in the box for 2. I do apologize that we're missing some. 1 second. It's going to be tripping. So that's Ella Owinski in the box for tripping. I did not see the infraction. We're sorry we're so late on these calls. Usually we're a bit better on it. But it is a Cardinals power play nonetheless.
I thought I saw his hand go up, but I thought that was just for the stoppage. I didn't think it was
Casper Zach shot, and that is impressively gloved by Dutz. That one was earmarked for a goal.
Yeah, Dutz has been she's been very solid here throughout whenever she came in during the second and this third period so far. She's been really great for this Cortland team.
Yeah, Dutz has been nailed so far, and I think there's definitely, if she can end this game without letting up another, I think it'll be definitely impressive statistics for her going forward. She's only played 3 games, I believe.
Yeah, we can't really, I don't think we can tell. She is from Minnesota, so that explains why she's really good on the ice here.
Zoe Puck takes it across the blue line. Drop pass for Francis. So Young Yu able to keep this one in. Francis, by the back red line, sends over for Puck. Puck to Yu. Yu over for Casper Zach. Casper Zach waiting. Shot. Bouncing around in front of the net. And no one's able to tap it. Bertrand sent that one over for Cook, who slaps this one around. And Terry is able to keep it in. Terry for Casper Zach. Casper Zach sent hard into the boards. Knocked off the puck by Bertrand. Yu gloves this one down, able to keep it at the blue line. Shot by Yu. No dice. Shot there by Terry. Terry pass. Shot. Kasperzak scores! Following a beautiful setup by Brooke Terry, Kasperzak sends that one between the pads of Dutz and makes it a 4-0 game for the Cardinals.
Wow, second point tonight for Kasperzak. And I mean, that was crazy. She got shoved a little bit there right after the goal by Haley Hunter.
Let's get a replay of that one. Pass over by Brooke Terry, and it is just sent home by Kasperzak. What a goal, and what a game. Just 7 minutes, 21 seconds remaining. And
another good centering feed there, too.
I'm going to go against my father's wishes here and start making shutout calls for this one for Matty Stetson. He always says I do it a bit too early, but I've had a 100% success rate so far with calling shutouts.
Well, it's definitely a fair call for you to make here. I mean, Stetson has been remarkable, and I honestly would have thought the same for Dutz here. Obviously not a shutout because Plattsburgh is up by 3, but she was doing a great job too. But I think between Stetson and this Plattsburgh defense, and honestly the offense too at this point, just contributing a lot here, I don't really see Cortland being able to do anything. And I think another big part of that, not to ramble on, but I think another big part of that is due to Cortland's penalties really just kind of killing them. And the last two have sort of been a nail in a coffin for their momentum.
Absolutely, and believe that goal scored there, was that a power play one or the penalty had ended before?
I feel like it probably expired a little bit before
it expired
that.
A bit before, yeah.
I don't think he said power play, the announcer.
Zoe Puck sends forward for Molly Ridgie. Ridgie across the blue line. Shot there, that's off the pads. Keller looking for a wraparound, no dice on that one. Anna Bourne looking to get that one out.
And once again, tonight's game is being sponsored by You First Federal Credit Union.
Forsyth now in the Cardinals' end, over for Yu. Yu finds Puck. Puck sends forward for Ridgie. Around the Zamboni corner now, as Francis keeps this one in. Kept in by Forsyth, but that one is eventually knocked out. Yu takes this one across the blue line. Impressive skating there, over for Francis. Francis shot, that one's blocked. This one sails out to the neutral zone. Sue-Ann Cho, quick rush, quick skating here. And that's going to be offsides.
I was really hoping that wasn't going to get called offsides. I want to see Cho on the offensive end.
And she had a good look there. She had a good rush coming up. We were definitely prepped to see a good shot on goal there.
Cortland's getting a little aggressive here on a side note. And I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I think they have two captains on the ice. Number 9 and number 6 taking the face off. I don't know what's up with that.
So we have a captain and an alternate captain now. I believe in our line sheet does not show who the captain and alternate captains are for this Cortland team.
I'll keep an eye on it because 6 definitely has a C on her jersey, and so does 9.
6 is 6. Yeah, they both have C's. Wow.
That's
I guess
bizarre.
there's 2 captains.
Yeah.
That captain, you are allowed to have 2 captains, by my knowledge. But,
oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. Definitely uncommon. Usually you see 1 captain, then maybe 2 alternate captains. Sue-Ann Cho, broken up in defense there. Left it for Brooke Terry. Brooke Terry shot. That one comes off the stick of Genevieve Sabroka.
That wouldn't have counted anyway. I don't think Kasperzak got a hand on that.
Poke check there by Puck. Gets this one to the stick of Balfour. Balfour coming along near side. Quick rush. Centering pass for Puck, and that one goes off the post. Definitely an impressive shot there by Puck. Keller's got it. Keller from deep. This one sent wide, and Facette's able to retrieve near side. Facette opts to send this one around, where it is retrieved by Dinsmore. Dinsmore leaves it. Facette's able to pick it up once again. Facette finds Puck, and this one is another scrum in the Zamboni corner.
So common this game.
Yeah.
I don't think actually, coming to think of it, I don't think we've seen an icing so far this period.
That's a good point. Yeah, we have
surprisingly
saw a lot of icing in the first, some in the second, almost none in the third. Speaking of, just 3:15 remaining here in the third. Scores currently 4-0 Cardinals. And this one's set to be a shutout unless Cortland can retaliate in these dying few minutes. Shot there by Facette.
That's a good shot.
Kicked away by Dutz. Brief bit of forecheck here for this Cortland team. Annaborn able to send a shot in where it's quickly gloved up by Stetson. I'm going to blame my stuttering on the absolute frigid cold here in the Ronnie B tonight. It is ridiculously cold outside and inside tonight, and I think most of us here at PSTV can agree on that one.
Can't wait to brush my car off after this. Didn't pack my gloves either, so.
Yeah, I did see the cars in the parking lot, and the ones that parked here at the start of this game have a solid probably 3 or 4 inches of snow.
Good. Should have worn my boots. I thought of it before I left, but
I should have as well, and I have to walk back is the worst part.
Yeah.
Forsyth retrieving behind the Cardinals net here. Attempted a backhand pass there, but this one is going to be another scrum in another corner. There's a shot there by Persinger, sent high. Another scrum near side. Bit of friendly banter here, Vinny. Over under how many scrums do you think we've seen tonight?
Oh boy.
Let's say over under 25.
I would say maybe a little under that. Maybe. But I don't know. It has been a lot.
Persinger sends it forward for Caracas. Caracas got a look. Shot! And she scores! That's Kopak with the goal there. Centering pass, I believe, was by Caracas. And that kills any hopes of a shutout here. I guess I did jinx it. There goes my 100%
I was going to say
call rate, but
expect the call from your dad later. He might be a little
he's
annoyed.
not going to be happy with me. Well, let's see this one. And wow, what a good look by Kopak there. And she goes long side and buries that one. The blocker side of Stetson.
Yeah, it looked like Stetson was kind of ready for it to go block the
short side.
Yeah.
On the glove side there.
I think Stetson was expecting it to go block the side.
Now Brooke Terry drive here, shot, and that's gloved by Dutz.
Well, that would have been good to get back right off the face-off.
Yeah. 1 minute, 14 seconds remaining here in the third. And this game is as good as over. Cardinals currently up 3 over Cortland, though they were able to prevent the shutout. And it looks like if they can keep this up, barring the greatest comeback in women's collegiate Division III hockey, Plattsburgh Cardinals will go into this offseason with a total of 23 points. Cortland will go in with 18. McKellar across the blue line. Loses the puck there. And this one is eventually picked up by, by Bertrand. Another line change here.
Well, this is definitely a good game for the Cardinals to think ahead, you know, going into playoffs, seeing who they might be facing. You know, they faced Cortland in November.
It was a 4-3 victory, I believe.
Yeah.
For the Cardinals on that one end.
It's good for them to face them now, though, you know, especially after...
Keller shoots and scores from behind the near side face-off circle to make this one a late 5-1 with 20 seconds remaining here.
That was McKellar?
That was just Keller.
Just regular
number
Keller,
2
okay.
Keller. Yeah. Well, excuse my candid call on that one, folks, but didn't really see it coming with 20 seconds.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely good.
I think that one went 5-hole.
Maybe, I don't know. I can't really see the
That's
replay.
tough one up here. Forsyth over for you. last 15 seconds of this third period. I believe we're getting a little graphical glitch here, but there we go.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think anyone was ready to see that goal.
Plattsburgh goal, their fourth goal of the season. Scored by number 2, Ronald.
So you holding this one and draws out the clock. Nice. Final score, 5-1 Cardinals. Final shots on goal tally, 30-21 in favor of the Cardinals. And that concludes this game, the second to last regular season game for this Plattsburgh team. They have one more against Morrisville tomorrow at 3 p.m. before playoffs start. And, well, definitely a dominant one for this Cardinals team. We saw a bit of a slow start, although they did get scoring beginning in the first period there. But we saw a lot of dump and chase, but by the time the second half began, it had ramped up quickly, and the Cardinals were able to run away with this one, wouldn't you say, Vinny?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a big part of that was, factor not including any Plattsburgh players is all the penalties that Cortland took. I mean, it was probably 5 or 6 was the total at the end.
I believe so.
And, it's hard to win a game with that, especially coming out in the third. You're trying to get a move on and trying to, probably come out swinging in the third, being down by 3. But it's hard because they had a penalty to start the period and then another one to follow, and then I think a couple more after. But, I mean, those really, after the first couple, it was kind of hard for them to come back from that.
And even if the other team doesn't capitalize on the power play opportunity, just going a full 2 minutes with a player down kills a lot of momentum, and it's going to take the wind out of your sails regardless of whether or not it's actually setting you back in the scoring.
Yeah, and it looks like, sorry to cut you off, but McLean is getting to talk to a couple of her old teammates here.
Oh, well, that's good. And I was told by Tyler Wood that it is all mostly copacetic between her and her old teammates.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's good to see because you do occasionally see some old team beef, but I think for the most part it's all friendly there, which is good to see. And we're seeing some some friendly interactions between I think that's Ridgie and McLean there, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
And as for the stars of the game, when you want to wager on who we got going, I'm thinking Tessa Morris is going to be your first star.
Yeah. Or no, I would have said. Oh yeah, sorry, Tessa Morris.
Stetson is our third star.
Stetson's the third. The fourth is. The second has got to be McKellar, right?
It could be Conlon.
Ooh, okay. So the first star is definitely McKellar then. 2 assists and a goal. I would say that's pretty fair.
I think it's actually going to be Morris.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be Tessa Morris.
2 goals. That's even better than what I said. 2 goals and an assist.
2 goals and an assist, yeah. And I think that's fair. Conlon got the scoring started in the first period with a pretty beautiful top shelf shot. Skated past 2 defenders. We'll see if we have some replays of these goals that we're talking about here to round off this broadcast. We had Keller begin scoring in the first period. We're going to have a sideline interview, actually, with first star of the game, Tessa Morris. We'll send you down, maybe do some replays after. In a moment. Once again, it is a sideline interview coming up with first star of the game, Tessa Morris. 2 goals tonight.
Yeah.
I believe both assisted by McKellar.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm here with sophomore number 24 Tessa Brooks, who scored twice in the second period over the 5-1 win over Cortland. Tessa, walk me through those 2 goals and how you were feeling on the ice tonight.
Both of them are right in front of the net. Passes from behind. Just felt great to put them in, put us up, and keep us going through our last game tomorrow and then the SUNYAC.
Yeah, so you guys now clinched the number 1 seed for the SUNYAC. How is that feeling? How are you guys celebrating this?
Feels great to be at home for the first game, and we're just going to keep pushing and keep going.
Thank you, Tessa.
Yep, thank you.
And back to you, Chris.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that sideline interview here with Tessa Morris, first star of the game, and it's safe to say she earned that one with those 2 goals.
Yeah, absolutely. And both from McKellar too. Well, assists from McKellar.
Yeah, both assisted by McKellar there.
Yeah, just great offense from the 2 of them, and also Kate Conlon to get the game started with an absolutely incredible goal. Before that, game was pretty slow, but that really, I think, picked things up for Plattsburgh.
Yeah, and then I believe to round off the scoring here, we said 1 from Conlon, then we had 2 from Morris. That was the 3 that we went to the third with. And then we had 2 more.
I believe the last one was Francis.
Last one was Francis, and then the one before that was Kasperzak, I believe.
Yeah, I
it was
think you're
Kasperzak,
right.
right? Yeah. Kasperzak set one in, I believe it was Brooke Terry on the assist for that one, and that was a pretty beautiful goal as well.
Yeah.
We're going to have some replays coming up of all these goals we're talking about, so you're not left in the dark visually about what we're talking about here. Let's see if we can get some replays going. There we go. All right, here's Conlon's skating past 2 defenders here. Definitely an impressive one, and I've said it plenty of times, but goes top shelf from a position like that.
Great move around the defenseman right there. And
Nearly-
then she
nearly lost
loses it
possession.
a little, like for 1 second, but then she knocks the bottle off.
Yeah, pretty much gets that top shelf shot with a stick in her face. All right, now here's McKellar's assist. No look, centering pass, tapped in by Morris, and what a beauty that one is.
Yeah, it's the first Morris goal right through the 5-hole, and also a great pass. But yeah, I mean, this is the second great pass from McKellar. Just again, like we said before, she has such great situational awareness to know where the players are on the ice. I mean, especially that one from behind the net. That's got to be hard.
That's one. Kasperzak.
Yeah, good look by Kasperzak
Back
too
to
to pass
McKellar.
it back to McKellar.
Keller forward for Morris,
Right
and she
through the legs of
drives
the
that one
defenseman.
home, and that was probably my favorite of the night so far. Then
This
we
was
have
Kasperzak.
Brooke Terry over for Kasperzak. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a beautiful goal, and that one gave them the 4-0, and the game was pretty much out of reach by that point.
Yeah.
And I really thought that would be the final nail in the coffin, but as we'll see here in just a moment, we had one more by Keller. Yes, it was Keller who just shot one on her own there, and beat Dutz on the blocker's side.
Not Francis. Okay, yeah.
Both single digit, you know. It can be tricky denoting some of the numbers up here. It's definitely something you have to get a feel for. Well, folks, that concludes our commentary of tonight's game. I'm Christopher Gerasi, your play-by-play commentator, and I'm joined by Vinny Ferraro, your color commentator. Thank you to everyone here at Peace TV who makes these broadcasts possible, and we will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. for a game against Morrisville. Currently only 2 points on the season, so we will see how that one goes for this Cardinals team. Now up to, I believe, 23 points with this game. And
That's crazy.
They've been pretty dominant. Currently leading the SUNYAC is your Cardinals women team, and we'll see them play again tomorrow. Thank you very much for tuning in. Have a good night.